All right, so good afternoon, everyone. So today we have one person with us here today. So I want you to introduce yourself first.
Hi, good afternoon. So I'm Leonard Emmanuel. I'm from B Tessel.
Okay, so I will ask you five open-ended questions. So I want you to answer it based on your opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So for thinking skills section, how has MSU taught you to ask better questions rather than just seek the answers? Can you give an illustrative moments?
One moment I would think is there was a guest lecturer in our class. He said the quality of your solution depends on the quality of your question. So he then made us reframe a given problem like in 10 different ways. And by doing that, we realized our first question was just pretty shallow.
Oh,
That exercise actually rewired my approach because now in any project, I spend more time crafting the right question to ask before seeking the answers to them. So I would say MSU shifted me from answer hunter to a question sculptor.
oh, I see. That's a big change there. Okay, so for leadership skills section, I want you to describe a volunteer event where you led without expecting any reward. And what does this say about the leadership culture that MSU instills?
I would say I think quite a few months back, I helped organize a free health screening for the nearby community here. It was a full Saturday under the sun. It was very tired, it was very hot, but and we were not promised any certificate, no rewards, nothing. Yet I saw many students showed up smiling. The culture at MSU is that leadership is a service and not a transaction like what most people would expect. So leading without reward felt pure, as because I was just purely motivated simply by seeing the lives we get to touch. And that's the invisible culture that MSU actually builds behind the lines.
I see. Okay, so for next section, bilingual proficiency. In your field of study, why is bilingualism a game changer? Use your MSU training as reference. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, so I study to be a teacher, but I also have counseling in as a part of my job criteria. So I would say like maybe when a student pours their heart out in their mother tongue. So MSU taught me that they taught me therapeutic terminology in English, but also how to express empathy naturally in other languages like BM Mandarin. Like in Malaysia, being bilingual in counseling, it actually means you can reach deeper wounds and just speak to them on a more personal level. So it's not a skill, it's a healing tool. So I would say MSU's bilingual training and how they teach me to use that edge that I may have, it gives me that extra edge over others.
I see. So you can more understand to others. Okay, so for next section, what is one value like honesty, compassion that MSU has deeply rooted in you? And can you share it, how it was planted?
I would say humility because in my first year, a top professor in class, he admitted that he didn't know the answer to that. Let's find out together was what he told us. I was shocked because I at that moment like even experts like that are learners.
I
So
see.
since then I was not afraid to say I don't know about something. So MSU modeled that humility is strength, not weakness, and that value keeps me teachable and not be too egoistic about it.
I see. Okay, moving on to our last section, the post graduation impact. So, how do you envision using all four attributes together in your first year of work?
Hmm. I would say that I can imagine myself leading a small project where I analyze the needs critically and I communicate with the stakeholders bilingual or even trilingually. And I would try to help and guide my team with empathy and not just straight up just giving orders and make decisions ethically and not just make decision that benefits me, myself and I because when under pressure one tends to do things that benefit yourself, but I I would try not to do all that, because all four of these skills won't operate separately. They will blend with one another and they interconnect with one another. I say I will be known not just for what I do, but how and the way I do it. Because MSU prepared me for that integrated and holistic performance.
I see. So MSU does give you a lot of benefit. Okay. All right. So thank you for answering the survey, the questions. So thank you for spending time with us today.
So,
Dah. All right. So good afternoon, everyone. So today we have one person with us today. So can you introduce yourself first?
Hi, I'm Nemisha. I'm from Qualitative.
All right. So I will ask you five open-ended questions. So you can answer it with your opinion. Okay. All right. So for first section, thinking skills. All right. So I want you to think about a debate or disagreement that you had during an MSU academic session. How did that clash of ideas refine your critical thinking?
So, in a sociology tutorial, I argued that social media unites people. A classmate argued it polarizes. We went back and forth with evidence, neither won. But I walked away, understanding it better. The respectful clash forced me to refine my argument and see weaknesses. Critical thinking is sharpened in the friction of ideas, and MSU's classrooms were safe spaces for that friction.
I see. So it
Really?
embrace your debate skill, how you think. Okay, so for the leadership skills section, I want you to share a story of how you use your leadership to promote unity in diversity at MSU, and what did this teach you about national integration?
For our faculty's Merdeka event, I insisted that every major ethnic group's cultural performance be included, not just tokenism. I formed a mixed community and we collaborated on a fusion dance. The event was a hit. I learned that unity happens when we intentionally include, not just tolerate. National integration is built in small, deliberate acts of togetherness like the event.
I see. So, okay, moving on to the next section. In your opinion, does MSU produce true bilinguals or just functional users? You can justify using your own transformation.
In my case, MSU produced a true bilingual. I can dream, joke, and argue in both languages. I'd say three. It's not just functional for work, it's part of my personality.
Oh, so you can use three language at MSU. Okay, I see. All right. So for ethics and spirituality, what is the most spiritually uplifting place or practice on the MSU campus for you? How has it shaped your moral outlook?
I often just sit there, like at the cafeteria or the lounge alone, and reading a book. The combination of nature, quiet, and scripture gave me clarity like nothing else, and it reminded me that beauty and truth are everywhere.
I see. So, okay, moving on to our last section, the post graduation impact. So, if the Malaysian Prime Minister asks you how MSU had prepared you for the nation's future, what would you say in 30 seconds?
Prime Minister, MSU shaped me into a graduate who thinks innovatively, leads with empathy, communicates in both national languages, and makes decisions grounded in spirituality and ethics. These are exactly the human qualities the Blueprint 2026 and 2035 envisions. I'm not just ready for employment, I'm ready to be a nation builder. Thank you for supporting an education system that made me this.
I see. So, studies at MSU does give you a lot of benefit. All right. So, thank you for spending time with us today.
Three.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. So, today I have one person with us today. So, can you introduce yourself first?
Hi, I'm Malika Subramaniam. I'm taking the TEFL.
Okay, so today I will ask you five open-ended questions. Alright, so for the first questions, thinking skills section. Okay, I want you to tell me about a time you had to unlearn a false assumption at MSU and what provoked the change and how did it feel?
Nice question. I assume that quiet people in groups had nothing to contribute. Then, in a design class, the quietest number introduced a concept that solved our entire problem. I felt very embarrassed, but also liberated. I had to unclear my bias. Is it on? I have to start
Oh,
again.
tak, it's okay, continue.
It's okay, start again.
Continue, it's okay. Just okay, so second, leadership skills section. So, MSU emphasizes community-centered leadership. So, describe a small everyday act of kindness from a student leader that impressed you.
A student council had noticed the cleaners were working in the sun without fanfare. He brought them cold drinks and made a small shelter from spare tent. So no cameras, no announcement. That quiet kindness showed me that humanity-centered leadership isn't about big policies. It's about noticing the invisible people and acting.
Okay, so moving on to bilingual proficiency section. If you were to give a TED talk in both language about your MSU journey, studies, what key message would you want to highlight about bilingual empowerment?
I would say bilingualism is not about speaking two languages perfectly. It's about doubling your capacity to connect and serve. At MSU, I learned that my BM carries my heart and my English carries my voice to the world. Together, they made me a complete communicator, and that is true empowerment.
So I believe teachers is a great communicator.
Yeah.
Okay, so for next section, ethics and spirituality. I want you to explain how MSU's focus on holistic well-being helped you during a period of personal difficulty.
When my father fell ill, I almost broke up. My head of program didn't just ask about my assignments. She connected me to the counseling unit and gave me flexible deadlines. MSU holistic care meant I was seen as a whole person. That support kept me studying and gave me the emotional stability I desperately needed.
I see. That was a very caring actually. Okay, so for next, our last section, post-graduation impact. So, imagine you are writing your autobiography. What chapter title would you give to your MSU years and why?
Nice question. I think I would say the unfolding because MSU was where I stopped being tightly folded version of myself and slowly open up into someone who thinks, leads, speaks, and lives with purpose. So the years there didn't just add to my life; they transformed it from the inside out.
Alright, so I think that's all my questions for today. So thank you for spending it with us.
Thank you so much, Adam.
Okay, so we have one person with us. Can you introduce yourself first?
Hi, I'm Nemisha Sivapragasan. I'm currently in my Bachelor of Education TESOL.
Okay, so I will ask you five open-ended questions. So I want you to answer it with your opinion. Okay. So for first section, thinking skills. So I want you to describe a specific MSU learning activity that push you to move beyond textbook answers and generate original ideas. How does this reflect the blueprint goals of producing innovative graduate?
Okay, so in one marketing module, we were tasked to design a real product alongside a local SME. Instead of following a textbook formula, we conducted genuine market surveys surveys, identified a gap, and proposed a subscription box for eco friendly school supplies. I had never created something from scratch before. So, this experience forced me to step into a role of an innovator, exactly what the blueprint envisions. It showed me that I am not meant to just absorb knowledge, but to generate fresh solutions that can compete in real economy.
Okay. So for the leadership skills section, I want you to share a personal experience where you led a team at MSU. What did you learn about balancing emotional intelligence with task achievement? And how does that align with the FPK's vision of an insan sejahtera?
Okay, so I led a team for community health campaign. Early on, I was focused. I was so focused on the checklist that I missed how stressed my members were. After one member broke down, I learned to pause and listen first. I started incorporating check-ins and flexible deadlines. We still met our goals, but with a healthier team. This balance of getting results while caring for people's feelings is exactly what FPK wants. An insan sejahtera who is competent yet emotionally and socially balanced.
Okay, that's a great experience there. So for bilingual proficiency, tell me about the situation at MSU where you had to use both Bahasa Malaysia and English effectively. How has the university's bilingual environment strengthened the language foundation that you received from KSSM?
Okay, so during a student-led CSR event, I had to present our proposal to the village head in Bahasa Malaysia, then immediately email an English report to corporate sponsor. My KSSM foundation gave me the basics, but MSU's culture of switching between languages in a real situation actually sharpened my confidence. Now I can navigate both formal and casual settings in either language without freezing. So, this bilingual agility is what I believe the blueprints agenda is all about.
Okay, so for ethics and spirituality section, can you recall any moment during your studies when MSU's campus culture or a specific program deeply influenced your personal values or spiritual growth? What impact did it have?
I attended a spiritual nourishment talk organized by MSU during Ramadan. The speaker shared about honesty in small daily acts like returning extra change. It struck me that integrity isn't about big heroic moments but consistent small choices. Since then, I have been more mindful about little things like citing sources properly in my assignments and being truthful even it cost me. So this inner shift was a direct outcome of MSU's value-driven campus.
All right, so let's take a look at last session uh, about post graduation impact. So, looking ahead, how confident are you that the thinking, leadership, bilingual, and ethical skills gained at MSU will help you contribute meaningfully to the nation as envisioned by the Blueprint 2026 to 2035? Explain, can you?
Can I am genuinely confident this combination feels like a toolbox I can use anywhere. I can solve problems creatively, lead with humanity, and also communicate across linguistic divides, and also stay grounded in ethics. These are not just academic concepts. I have lived them at MSU. For nation building, we need graduates who don't just chase profits but also uplift others. I believe I can be one of those contributing to more inclusive and also progressive Malaysia.
I see. Okay. So that's all for today. So thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.
All right. So good afternoon, everyone. So today we have one person here with us. So can you introduce yourself?
Good day, I'm Madhumitra from BTSL.
Okay. Today I will ask you five open-ended question. So I want you to answer it based on your opinion. Okay. So First question. I need you to give an example of a problem that you solved at MSU that had no clear right answer, and how did this experience develop the higher order thinking skills you first encountered in KSSM?
That's a very good question. In my experience, I had to develop in a public health message for the multicultural audience about the vaccine hesitance. So there was like no textbook answer. So I had to like weigh the culture sensitivities and also the medical facts and also like to persuasive language. So this moved me like beyond the structure hot question in KSM to real world analysis and also to I learned to evaluate the trade-offs, which is the high level of thinking creation and also evaluation in this case.
Okay, for leadership skills part, I want you to describe how a group project at MSU taught you to manage difficult team dynamics. What leadership lesson will you carry into your workplace?
Based on my experience, like there was one member who was always dominating, while another rarely spoke. So like I
I
took
see.
the initiative to divide the task based on their stance and also schedule one-to-one checks in with the quiet member. So eventually, like she turns out to have the brilliant ideas, but just was shy. So I learned that leadership isn't about controlling people, but like unlocking them. In my future workplace, I always look for the hidden voices in the team.
Oh, okay. That's a great experience. Okay, so for bilingual proficiency, how did presenting in English for the first time at MSU feel? And what support helped you succeed? How does this connect to the blueprints bilingual agenda?
To be very honest, my legs were shaking. Like I stumbled through the first few slides, but my lecturer had arranged a practice section with the English enhancement program tutor beforehand. So that just made me a huge difference. And also by the actual presentation, I feel prepared. Like this experience directly reflects the blueprint push for the bilingual graduates who can perform under the pressure in international settings.
I see. So, for ethics and spirituality, MSU promotes spiritual development through various programs, and I want you to describe one that gave you a fresh perspective on life and its purpose.
So in this case, I joined a silent retreat organized by the student affairs department. In the silence, I reflected on why I was studying so hard and what I truly wanted, and I realized that I was chasing the validation.
I see. Okay. For last section, post graduation impact. So imagine you are in a job interview 5 years from now, of course. How will you explain the value of your MSU experience in shaping you into a well-rounded, employment-ready graduate?
So in this case, I can proudly say that MSU didn't just give me like technical knowledge, but also it shaped me holistically. So I can think critically, lead with sympathy, empathy, and also switch between BM and English smoothly. And my ethical compass is like unshakable. So these aren't lines on my CV; they are like proven through my projects, my community work, and also I'm not ready just to work, but to add the real value into the real life.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So thank you for spending time with us. Okay.
I've joined a few leadership participating activity in MSU, and this was really great because I had a great leader, and also I was a leader for a short time period. And yeah, we went to schools to get to know everything, and then yeah, that was great. That was good experience. Okay. For the leadership qualities, I learned and I implement myself in leadership things. Is leadership is all about we lead our teammates. It's not about we ask them to do. We are asking them to do, of course, but we do it together, and that's what leadership.
How does the teamwork activity at MSU help students?
For the teamwork activities in MSU and how is it support students to become a better leader is it's all about the leaders that you already have during the team, because a good leader will be inspiring others. Okay, if a good leader is a basic foundation of the group activity. If the leader is not a good, the leader will be not influence other students to become a new leader. So a leader should be a perfect leader.
Can you share a situation where you had to take responsibility? Can you share any situation where you had a responsibilities that you have to lead?
I had one experience in MSU. For NPU during my second semester, I was the leader, and somehow I guide everyone to be working in a group. And we went to the school and we did a group program activity in the school, and we also donated 10 hibiscus plants. And yeah, that was really good. And we collaborated that even with some political VIPs, so we gain a good name in that.
That's interesting. For the last question, how will leadership skills help you in your future?
Okay, as a teacher, as a special teacher, leadership really inspires me to be a good teacher, because a teacher is about leading students to be a good student and also a good human being in future.
Thank you for answering some questions. Hi, thank you for taking the time and joining me for the interview. My name is Jaspreet, and today I'm conducting my interview for learning more about experience of student at MSU, especially for leadership. So let's go on for the first question. What does leadership means to you as a university student?
For me, leadership is a big commitment, I would say, because not only you're managing your own work, but you're also seeing your group members' work, and you have to recheck if there's anything wrong. So I would say it's a big responsibility.
For the second question, have you ever lead a class discussions, presentation, or event? Do you have any experience on it?
I have actually many times, especially when there's presentations. I'm the one who handle everything, the scripts and such on, but then sometimes it does not go accordingly. So yeah, that's one of the experience I would say.
Okay, for the third question, how does MSU encourage students to become a confident leaders?
For me, I think other than assignments, the presentations, I would say, students get to learn how to speak up to other people and shows the role model to other students, especially the newer batch. So from there, they can make themselves more confident to become a leader in the future.
Okay, for the third question, what challenges do students face when they're having a work as a team leader?
The challenges I would say is that sometimes some group members don't do their work on time, and maybe they send their work later than the due date. So sometimes because of that, the students or the group assignment will lose marks, and sometimes we just have to just go with it.
I see. The last question, do you think leadership skill can be lead through university activities?
I would say yeah,
Why?
especially we have a lot of events here. So I think like I would say yes, because we have a lot of events and there's always a particular person who's handling everything, so that the event goes according to the plan they have set. So
Thank you for your experience and opinions. That's very matter for my research. Thank you so much. Welcome to this interview. My name is Jaspreet, and today I'm conducting the interview to know more about the student experience at MIT, especially leadership. So let's go on to the question. For the first question, how Do extracurricular activities help students develop leadership qualities?
If you ask me, extracurricular activities build teamwork, communication, and also confidence to the students.
The second question, can you share a moment when you motivate and support your teammates?
If you ask me, I would say I motivate my teammates by encouraging them and helping them to complete their task.
The third question, how do you handle disagreements or conflict on the group work?
I will handle the conflict by listening calmly and finding a fair solution for them.
For the fourth question, what is the most important qualities for a good leader?
For me, the most important quality of a good leader is being responsible.
And what kind? Can you describe it?
Maybe by doing their work on time and managing and asking about their pace, how they do their work, is everything okay or not.
For last question, how will you learn leadership skills from a lecturer or a mentor?
Yes, lecture and mentors taught me by communications and teamwork skills through group activities. For example, we have our mentoring section on every Thursday.
Okay, so thank you so much for your opinion and experience here. Thank you. Interview students by their experience at MSUs, especially for their leadership skills. Okay, for the first question, can leadership skills help students manage stress and responsibility better?
In my opinion, if you ask me about stress and
Responsibilities.
responsibility, yes. About stress, I'm not sure, but about responsibility, yes. Leadership skills will manage you to live way more better and about about your responsibility better for students lah, based on my understanding.
Second, describe a situation where you work with a leader or you administered what made them effective. Describe a situation where you been a leader elect.
Describe a situation. I was leader. I've been leading for many assignments, many games, So when I was leader, I conduct everything. When I'm a leader, I don't be selfish. I work together. I treat everyone the same. Not I'm the leader, you listen to me. I treat everyone the same. If they are in problem, I will solve them. No conflicts, no problems. Good way, go with the flow.
Alright, okay, I see. But if you have the leadership experience at MSU for the preparing student for a workplace, like how did MSU prepare students for the good leadership for the future?
Okay, like the lecturers, like students, okay, I understand. The lecturers do prepare students for leadership skills. Like they will ask you to join every programs, events. You join so that you will know how they're talking. Listen to them. They will push you so that when they push the students, it means they are molding. They are molding the students every inch, okay, every part, so that they know, okay, this student is okay, she can do this well. Yes, they are doing.
For the third question, do you think every student should have the opportunity to lead a project or activity?
Yes, in my opinion, yes, I would say every student must have opportunity to have leadership skills in their own way. It's because when they have the opportunity, they will lead in the future, they will lead their teammates, their working place, they will have more opportunity when they have the leadership skills.
For the last question, how has participating in a club or societies or event helped improving our leadership skills?
Yes, I've been in events, I've been conducting games for myself because I'm a student also, so I've been in that. It had taught me a lot of leadership skills, like how to manage a team, as a leader, how to solve a problem when your teammates have problems, conflicts, what you should do as a leader. I've learned a lot from that.
So yes, that's all.
Okay, thank you so much for your opinion and experience.
Thank you.
For your time for this journalist interview. My name is Jaspreet. Today I'm conducting the interview to know more about experience of student at MSU, especially for leadership skills. Well, let's go for the first question. How do communication skills affect leadership ability?
So communication skills help leaders give clear instructions, solve problems, and also work well with others.
Thank you. For the second question, in what way has university life increased your confidence in leading others?
University life increased my confidence through group projects, presentation, and also club activities.
The third question, do you prefer being leader or a team member?
I prefer to being a leader because I like guiding and motivating others.
Okay, I understand. Okay, how can leadership skills help students in success after graduation?
Leadership skill helps students communicate better, solve problems, and also succeed at work after their graduation.
The last question, what improvement can MSU make to help students strengthen their leadership skills?
MSU can organize more leadership programs, workshops, and also team activities for students.
Okay, I see. Thank you so much for your opinion and experience. It's my to my section. Thank you.
Hi, thank you for your time. So today I would like to interview you for my philosophy project. So I would like to ask you 5 questions. You can share your own opinion based on your experience. So we start first. The first question is, can you share a time at MSU when you switched between Bahasa Malaysia and English confidently, and how did MSU help you to prepare for that?
Yes, during presentation and also group discussion, I switched between English and Bahasa Malaysia confidently, and MSU helped me through assignment and communication activities.
Okay, so has studying in a bilingual environment at MSU improved your readiness for work, and can you give some real example for that?
Yeah, sure. So it's improved my readiness for work. For example, like I use English for reports and Bahasa for during group discussion.
Okay. So what is the one thing that MSU does well to improve your English while maintaining your Bahasa Malaysia?
So MSU encourage students to use English in presentation while still communicating in Bahasa during discussion.
Okay, so did MSU make you more confident using English in formal situations? What is your turning point?
Yes, MSU made me more confident. My turning point was after doing several class presentations in English.
Okay. So in your future career, when will your bilingual skills will be most useful, and how has MSU prepared you for that?
My bilingual skills will help me communicate with clients and co-workers in the future, and then MSU prepare me through work and also teamwork and also presentation.
Okay, so thank you. That's all.
Hi, thank you for your time. So today I would like to interview you for my philosophy project regarding bilingual proficiency. So you can share your own opinion based on your experience. So the first question is, how often do you use both Bahasa Malaysia and English in your classes at MSU?
I use both Bahasa Malaysia and English almost every day in class at MSU.
Okay. So the second question is, which language do you feel more confident using now compared to before, and state why?
I feel more confident to speak English now because I practice speaking and doing assignments in English more often.
So the third question is, can you give me an example for an assignment where you use both languages?
For presentation and group assignments, we use English slides. but discuss in Bahasa Malaysia sometimes.
Okay. So the fourth question is, how do your lectures support bilingual communication in class?
My lecturers explain in both languages and help students understand difficult words or topics.
Okay, so the last question is, do you think MSU helps you balance both languages well, and how it happens?
Yes, MSU has balanced both languages by using English for learning and Bahasa Malaysia for easier communication.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, thank you for your time. So today I would like to interview you for my philosophy project regarding bilingual proficiency. So I would like to ask you 5 questions. You can share your own opinion based on your experience. So let's start. The first question is, did your English improve after joining MSU, and in what way?
Yes, it improved my English skill after I joined the MSU because from this college we use we use the English language more than Bahasa, and when we at class, when we in the class lah, we use communicate with English, English language.
So the second question is, how has your Bahasa Malaysia been maintained or increased at MSU?
My Bahasa Malaysia is my first language, so by my bahasa Malaysia, right, improve because I will friend with the other friends from India, Taiwan, Chinese with bahasa.
So the third question is, do group discussion help your bilingual skills? Can you share an example?
Yes, an example is when we do the assignment, presentation for tutorial in the class, and then something when we discuss about the other subject, how to do assignment something, or the slide.
Okay. So the fourth question is, are you comfortable mixing both languages when communicating, and why?
Yes, I feel comfortable with both language because we use both English and Bahasa. So we use this Bahasa and English language when we discuss the assignment and presentation, like I said before.
So the last question is, what challenges do you face when using 2 languages, and how do you overcome that?
Sometimes, to be honest, my grammar, which is of course English language, right? So certain words that I can pronounce clearly. So how I improve that? I will try use another app for improve my pronounce skill and my grammar.
Okay, so that's all. Thank you. Hi, so thank you for your time. So today I would like to interview you for my philosophy project. I would like to ask you 5 questions, and you can share your opinion based on your experience. So the first question is, how does MSU encourage students to speak English confidently?
MSU encouraging its presentation, good work, and English learning class.
Okay, the second question is, do you think bilingual skills are important for your future job, and why?
Yes, because it is help to communicate and present opinion.
The third question is, can you share a moment where you felt proud using English or Bahasa Malaysia?
I feel proud with present confident in English during class.
So the fourth question is, how do your classmates influence your language use?
My classmates motivate me to present and important my language skills.
Okay, so the last question is, what activities at MSU help you to improve your communication skills the most?
Presentation and group discussion helping the most.
Thank you. Hi, so today I would like to interview you for my philosophy project regarding bilingual proficiency. So I would like to ask you 5 questions, so you can share your own opinion based on your experience. So I will start with the questions. The first one is, before MSU, how would you rate your bilingual skills, and how about now?
My opinion
So the second question is, what changes have you noticed in your speaking or writing skills?
I speaking more fluently and write more clearly with fewer mistakes.
Okay, so the third question is, do you prefer learning in English or Bahasa Malaysia and why?
I prefer English for wider understanding, but Bahasa Malaysia can help the force for the clarity.
Okay. So how does MSU prepare you to communicate in a professional setting?
Through presentations, discussions, and assignments that build a professional communication.
Okay, so the last question is, what advice would you give to your juniors to improve their bilingual skills?
Practice daily, read more, and hear the confidence to speak without fear and mistake.
Okay, so that's all. Thank you for your time.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. I would like to ask a few questions regarding your experience, values, ethics, and spiritual development during your journey at MSU. So the first question is, was there an activity or assignment at MSU that encouraged you to think more deeply about your life goals, belief, or personal purpose?
Yes, one assignment at MSU made me think about my future and personal goals. It helped me make that success is not only about money and achievement, but it's also having a good values and a purpose in life.
The second question is, describe a moment at MSU where fairness, honesty, or accountability become important in making a decision.
There was a time during a group assignment when fairness and accountability were very important because everyone had different responsibilities. We learned to be honest and with each other and complete our task responsibility to achieve good results together.
So the third question is, how has the culture at MSU influenced the way you communicate and build respectful relationship with others?
The culture at MSU has helped me improve the way I communicate with others. Being around students from different backgrounds taught me to respect each different opinions and build positive relationship with each other.
So the fourth question is, can you share an experience where you felt grateful, motivated, or spiritual uplifted during your time at MSU?
One experience that made me feel motivated and spiritually uplift was joining campus activities where students support and encourage one another. It made me feel grateful to be part of positive environment.
So the last question is, in what ways do you think MSU prepares students not only for careers but also for becoming ethical and compassionate individuals?
I think MSU prepares students not only for their future careers but also to become ethical and compassionate. But also, that's all.
So thank you very much for your Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me today. I would like to ask a few questions regarding your experience, value, ethics, and spiritual development during your journey at MSU. So the first question is, have you ever participated in a campus program or community service activity at MSU that changed the way you view humanity or social responsibility?
So there was actually one. I joined the SRC campaign. I'm not sure of the following title because it's been a while, but that did change me a lot. It had me become more socialized, and it had me become more friendly with everyone. Because before that, I was actually almost like an introvert. I was very shy to talk with anyone. So that changed my perspective in everyone, and it made me get more knowledge from others.
Okay. The second question is, tell me about a challenge you faced at MSU that taught you emotional strength, maturity, or moral courage.
So first would be my CGPA, because for my first sem it was quite low. I couldn't hit my target, especially my second sem. So that one is giving me courage to improve my daily life, and it's making me study more, and it's giving me more strength to grow better every day.
Okay, the third question is, how has MSU encouraged students to maintain balance between academic success, mental health, and spiritual well-being?
So MSU, mostly the lectures here also, most of the lectures have taught me to improve more by thinking better and by communicating more. So it has given me a benefit of upgrading my communication skills, my oral communication, and it's making me give more teamwork skills.
Fourth question is, describe a person or experience at MSU that inspired you to become more understanding, respectful, or open-minded towards others.
There isn't a specific person, but there are some seniors. Most of the seniors that were with me, they had taught me more knowledge of MSU and had given me more courage to be better. For example, like my studies, the seniors had pushed me a bit, and I'm actually seeing my improvement by myself.
So the last question is, 5 years from now, how do you think the ethical and spiritual lessons learned at MSU will influence the way you live, work, and treat people around you?
It will improve my teamwork skills and it will improve my thinking skills, because it will, so far in MSU they had already teach me how to think more and how to settle like for example like an event. They have taught me a lot also. So I have the benefits that I will be better in my teamwork skills and I can handle leadership.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for joining me. I would like to ask a few questions regarding your experience, values, ethics, and spiritual development during your journey at MSU. So the first question is, can you describe a moment at MSU where you learned the importance of patience, humility, or self-discipline? How did it shape your character?
Actually, it's a nice question. A tough project taught me patience and discipline.
So the second question is, have you ever experienced a situation at MSU that made you reflect on your responsibility towards family, society, or community? What did you learn from it?
Yes, I learned about helping activities made me value responsibility.
Okay, the third question is, how has MSU helped you understand the connection between knowledge, ethics, and spirituality in everyday life?
MSU showed me that knowledge must come with ethics.
So the fourth question is, tell me about a time when you had to support a friend or classmate emotionally at MSU. How did that experience affect your values and perspective?
Being a good human means being kind and also responsible.
So the last question is, what does being a good human being mean to you after studying and experiencing campus life at MSU? I would like to ask a few questions regarding your experience, values, ethics, and spiritual development during your journey at MSU. So the first question is, can you share a moment at MSU where you felt your personal values were tested? How did you respond to the situation?
Okay, by this I will stay honest and responsible to handle the situation calmly without any criticism and handle it by my own.
So the second question is, how has MSU helped you grow not only academically but also as a morally responsible and spiritually aware individual?
Okay, MSU helped me to be more disciplined, respectful, and honesty to be learned with another lecturers and students among them, to be a more to achieve work anything or group assignment. It helped me to be a disciplined student.
So the third question, describe an experience at MSU that taught you the importance of quality, empathy, respect, or understanding towards others.
Okay, working with different tasks, it will help me to being an empathy and responsibility to communicate with them. So it will need to be a peace.
So the fourth question, was there a lecture, class activity, or campus event that inspired you to reflect
more deeply on your life goals or belief. Why was it meaningful to you?
Okay, by this, my lecturer inspired me to be more confident, and then it helped me to be handle the situation by looking at them. Even the stress also, it helped me to like handle the things by step, and also it be my future to be a goal to become a good lecturer or teacher.
So the last question, how do you think ethical values and spirituality can help students face challenges and pressure in university life?
Okay, by this ethics and value responsibility helps students to become more responsible, and also it helps them to think and to make the decision in a good way.
Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for joining me. I would like to ask a few questions regarding your experience, values, ethics, and spiritual development during your journey at MSU. So the first question is, what does ethical behavior mean to you as a university student, and how has MSU helped strengthen those values?
Yes, one assignment at MSU really made the think deeply about my future and personal goals. It can help me realize that success is not only about money or establishment, but can also about having good value and purpose in life.
Okay, the second question, can you share an experience at MSU that taught you the importance of gratitude, humility, or self-awareness?
There was a time during a group assignment when fairness and accountability were very important because everyone had different responsibilities. We learned to be honest with each other and complete our task responsibly to achieve good result together.
The third question is, how do you usually stay emotionally and spiritually strong when facing stress or challenges in university life?
The council at MSU can help me improve the way I communicate with others. Being around students from different backgrounds taught me to respect different opinion and build positive relationship.
Okay, the fourth question, in your opinion, why is respect for others important in diverse university environment like MSU?
One experience that made me feel motivated and spiritually and encourage one another. Activity where students support and encourage one another. It made me feel grateful to be part of a positive environment.
The last question, describe a moment where you learned an important life lesson outside the classroom during your time at MSU.
I think MSU prepares students not only for their future careers but also to become ethical and compassionate individuals by teaching teamwork, leadership, respect, and responsibility in both academic and campus life.
Okay, thank you.